Welcome back to the Explain 3 for 18.3. I'm sorry, 19.2. We're going over surface area. So in this one, we're finding surface area of a composite figure. I wanted to go over two types of problems you're going to see in the homework, on the quiz, and for the rest of this part of the lesson. So you'll notice that when two shapes are touching, you will have to be careful not to include certain sides when calculating surface area, just as it states in your packet here. So looking at this shape here, it says I would not include blank and therefore would need to add or subtract it from the surface area of each shape. In this case, where is it that they're touching? What shape does that look like? A circle. Because we're not going to count this for the bottom 3D shape and the top 3D shape, we're going to go ahead and subtract that from both of our surface areas. Whereas in this shape, we notice that we have three shapes that are connected by, two shapes. What are those two shapes? They are circles. And therefore, we would only include kind of the faces, or in this case, lateral areas of our shape. So just keep that in mind. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the surface area of this box. So let's take a moment and do that now. First, let's calculate the base of our perimeter, which would be this very bottom half, a 3 and 3, 5 and 5. Let's go ahead and add, and when I say add, a lot of students in class were a little confused. They were like, what do I add? We're going to add up all these numbers. Take a moment and do that now. And hopefully you got 16. All right, the height of our little box would be 3, and the area of our base would be, well, we're going to multiply those numbers together. Go ahead and do that now. 15. All right, let's go ahead and work this out. And that would be 48 and 30. Let's go ahead and add that together. And that would be about 78. Notice how we found the surface area of the small box. Let's go ahead and do that for the larger one. And notice, yes, one student did notice. Say, I don't see this in my packet. Feel free to pause and draw that now then, if it helps. Unpause. Surface area would be our base perimeter, so we're going to calculate our base perimeter. In this case, this is a 7 and 7, a 9 and 9. So let's go ahead and add those numbers together. And unpause. Hopefully you got 32. Height of our box is about 5 inches. And the area, this is a 9 by 7. What's 9 times 7? 63. So take a moment right now. Let's calculate some stuff out. And unpause. You should have gotten the following. And then if you added those numbers, do that now if you haven't, you would have gotten this. So you're like, now what? Well, notice these two boxes touch at a particular shape. What shape would you call that? So if you said parallelogram, rectangle, that's fine. All right, so let's first add up our surface areas that we got. So we kind of found surface areas for two shapes. Let's add that up together. And that would be a total of 364. Now, where it touches, which is this rectangle or parallelogram, let's find the area of that. What is 5 times 3? 15. So as you can see here, what we're going to do is we're going to take our surface area total and our overlap shape, and we're going to subtract both. So the reason why you're using 2 times is because we counted that shape for the box below, and we counted that shape for the box above. So we're going to subtract essentially that rectangle twice. So take a moment right now, and what would 2 times 15 be? And then what would that be subtracted together? Awesome. So I know that was a lot of work, but you got through it. Let's continue. So for the surface area of our composite figure, we're first going to find the surface area of this outer cylinder. And that'll be our height. Our radius. Let's take a moment right now. What's 2 times 7 times 6? And what's 2 times 7 squared? All right, hopefully you got those answers. Let's add them up. That would be 182 pi. Now, since, as you can see here, they're going to be kind of cutting out this inner cylinder, thus leaving kind of an inner lateral face, if you will, let's go ahead and find the lateral area here. So again, for our smaller cylinder, that would be a 3 millimeter radius and a 6 millimeter height. So let's go ahead and plug stuff in and work stuff out. 2 times 3 times 6 is 36 pi. All right, so we found the surface areas for both those. First thing I want to ask you is let's add those two things together. Hopefully you added that and got 218. Now notice that I would not include those two circles there. So we're going to find the area of that circle, that inner circle, which has a radius of 3 millimeters, not 7, 3. So let's find that out. Plug this in and work that out. That would be about 9 pi. So we have our surface area total, our overlap shaped area. Plug it in. Let's work this out. What is 2 times 9? 18. And 218 pi take away 18 pi would be 200 pi. And then since it does say to round to the nearest tenth, you can do 200 times 3.14. All right. Oh, we're at checkpoint. Yay! So let's take a moment and find the surface area of our top box. So remember to calculate the base perimeter. In this case, it's a 2 by 2 and 2 by 2. So let's add that all together. And that would be 8. Our height is 0.5. Area of our base would be 2 times 2, which is 4. Let's go ahead and calculate this out. And unpause. Hopefully you calculated that out. And then when you added that together, you received the answer. That is 12. All right, let's find the surface area of our cylinder. So again, if this is not drawn for you, you can feel free to draw that now. So our height's about 2 feet. Our radius, on the other hand, what's half of 1? 0.5. So let's go ahead and take some time and work that out. And unpause. Hopefully you got 2 and 0.5. Add that up. What would you get? 2 plus 0.5. 2.05. And yes, let's go ahead and calculate that out. 2.5 times 3.14. Be about 7.85. All right, so we got our surface areas. Let's add them up. Let's find a total. Let's do this. That'd be about 19.85. Now notice that it does touch at this little circle here. So we are going to find the area of that circle where the box and the cylinder touch. So let's plug some stuff in. Let's work some stuff out. That would be about that. And let's calculate that out. What would 0.25 times 3.14? And that would be this. So let's go ahead and take our surface area total and subtract that from twice the overlap shape. And go ahead and work that out. Unpause. Hopefully you worked that out. You got some answers for your checkpoint. All right. Yes, I would subtract the circle. Thank you, PowerPoint. Albeit a little late, but thank you. All right, so remember, make sure to let's try that again. Make sure you're doing the homework. If you need support at all for any of these problems that you're seeing flashing before your eyes, yes, these are from the textbook. Feel free to come on in. we will help you. We have tutors, we have teachers who are here to help you with all these fabulous homework problems. So please come into the center. We will help you out. All right, take care. I'll see you on the next video.